Welcome everyone to GPVWC 2011. Our season kicks off here in sunny Melbourne with a full grid of 24 drivers, all lined up and ready to compete towards becoming the 2011 Superleague champion. Last year's champion Tanskanen has retired, whilst 2009 Victor Concilio returns to try for his second title. A very close and competitive field, the like of which we've never seen before, will surely provide us with 20 incredible, unpredictable and exciting races to make this season the best ever. And so, Concilio will start the season opener from pole position, ahead of Morris, his likeliest challenger for the title. On approach to the grid, Rowland's car fails him and prevents him from lining up. So as the lights go out and the cars speed down to the opening corner, carnage ensues. Miller careers into Muscat and Morris ahead of him. This accident creates more chaos behind as Miller rejoins the track, causing Wicks to take avoidance and collect Ryan into the wall. More drivers were left with nowhere to go. The resulting pile-up forcing the race director to throw the red flag. So this time, all 24 drivers awaited the green lights. With the first lap now completed, Concilio remains where he started in first. Rowland, Muscat and Morris follow him, but after turn 1 they don't. Rowland runs wide and spins back across track, collecting Muscat en route to the wall and promoting Morris to second, from Miller, Clark and Carl Smith. Further down the field, multiple car battles were taking place, as cars began to queue up behind Wicks in 10th. Perkins and Lillicorpi chose the same corner to try and overtake the Woods. The Norwegian, squeezing down the inside, finds it too tight to take 3 wide and spins across Wicks, demoting both of them several positions. Miller has a quick look at Clark as 9th place David Stanton's engine blows up just 4 laps into the season opener, and Wicks loses out cleanly to Lillicorpi this time. Back ahead, and Rouse steals 6th off Stanton. Miller's slide costs him 4th to Carl Smith. Fuller's traps Williamson against the wall, but Perkins costs him a position as Morgan outbrakes himself and heads straight into the gravel at turn 3. Walker then makes efforts to try and pass Perkins. Stanton's bad fortune strikes again as on lap 8 for the 3rd year in a row he crashes out at turn 11. Ryan is also in a spin down at turn 1 after trying to pass Morgan. After 10 laps, Concilio's pace has earned him an 8-second lead over Morris, prompting speculation as to whether the leaders are on different strategies. Perkins drops his 10th place, whilst his teammate Rouse gains 5th following a difficult lap for Miller. Miller gathers 4th a lap later by passing Rouse as Clark pits. Liechtenstein's attempted pass on Panisi actually results in him losing out to Parker, just before the constant spin promotes them both. On lap 15, Concilio heads for pit lane, making it clear he's 3 stopping. Morris carries on into the lead on a 2-stop routine. He's 9 seconds ahead and both drivers must stop twice before the end. Liechtenstein's crash at turn 11 ruins any chance of a points finish for the Synergetic. With Morris pitting on lap 18, Concilio returns to the lead, and once the opening stops are out of the way, leads Morris by 11 seconds, with an extra stop to make. Carl Smith runs 3rd ahead of Clark, Miller, Rouse and Junt. When fighting over 11th, Perkins and Walker come together. Ryan appears to have left Wicks after his pit stop, but runs wide in turn 1 and loses 10. Wicks though can see his teammate is faster, and a couple of laps later allows Ryan Pass to try and chase down some points for the team. Miller slipstreams into fourth, passing Clark down the start-finish straight. Consiglio pitted again at mid-distance on lap 29 and emerged just a few seconds behind Morris, with fresher rubber and both drivers with one stop left to make. Parker had been trying to pass Morgan for several laps, but a brush with the wall earns him a puncture which propels him off track at turn 1, into another wall and into retirement. Junt rises to fourth on lap 39 when Miller, Rouse and Lillicorpi pit. Rouse exits just ahead of Clark, who gets the better of the TDR in turn 3. After a short battle though, Rouse wins the position. As Morris makes his last stop on lap 40, Consiglio finds himself awarded a 20-second lead with 18 laps to go. He has one stop still to make, so the question is, will the gap be enough to stay ahead of Morris? Junt's last pit stop rejoins him ahead of Rouse, who takes the red arch around the outside of turn 3. Consiglio's final stop is made with 15 laps to go. He appears to have made his strategy work as he emerges 2 seconds ahead of Morris. Could the Drake manage to catch the Nordjern in the remaining laps? Lillicorpi drops the ball in turn 3 and puts himself out of the 5-way battle for fourth. Clark then does the same after trying to challenge Junt, and thus leaves Junt to try and take fifth from Rouse. But when the TDR gets the final turn wrong, Junt helps nose him into a spin and steals the place, a move the race stewards warn him about later. A bigger surprise was to take place though on lap 52. It had all seemed to be going smoothly, but suddenly the leader Consiglio unexpectedly found himself often in the gravel, gifting Morris the P1 spot. Consiglio was continuing, but something was clearly amiss with his car now. He ran off several times, and then with 3 laps to go his brakes completely failed him at turn 3, and the Nordjern was forced into retirement after having been looking at victory just a few laps earlier. All this was music to the ears of Morris, who after inheriting first now found himself with a commanding lead over Carl Smith. He cruised home the final laps to start his season, as he'd hoped, with the win.